Hello everyone, I'm Zach. I'm making this video in support of an atheist refugee whose life is to be placed in danger by the South Korean government without our help. Mahdi Solal is a known former ex-Muslim and an atheist who has been harassed, threatened, and blackmailed numerous times for his beliefs in Saudi Arabia, a country where leaving Islam is punishable by death. In fear for his safety, like me and hundreds of others, he chose to leave, having to leave his family and assets behind. Saudi Arabia is not a safe place for anyone who does not adhere to the ruling Wahhabi ideology, much less to an atheist. This is shown by their troubling human rights record of consistently stifling dissent through imprisonment, torture, and mass slaughter. In 2019, a mass execution of 37 individuals took place, mainly of political dissidents, 32 of which belonging to the Shia minority, and a total of more than 184 people have been executed over the course of 2019 in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabian government has a consistent record of targeting and suppressing religious minorities, including atheists and secularists. In 2013, the secular blogger Raif Badawi and his lawyer Walid Abul Khair were imprisoned. Badawi has been publicly flogged and both have reportedly been tortured. In 2014, atheism was declared a terrorist offense by the Saudi government, and until today, they are still producing propaganda material that incites hatred and violence towards atheists, most recently in a cartoon in which atheism and homosexuality were said to be forms of extremism along with suicide bombings. The 1951 Convention for Refugees ensures the right to asylum to any individual who is unable or unwilling to return to their country of origin owing to a well-founded fear of persecution for reasons of race, religion, nationality, or membership to a particular social group or political opinion. As an atheist from a country like Saudi Arabia, persecution is not just a well-founded fear, it is an absolute certainty upon refoulement. The Republic of Korea has the humanitarian responsibility of upholding those principles of human dignity, and that entails the protection of those who most need it. So without any further ado, here's Mahdi to tell you his story himself. Hello, Mahdi. Thanks for joining me here today. It's unfortunate that we had to plan this so quickly and on such short notice because, uh, well, Mahdi is a Saudi Arabian atheist refugee who has been denied his right to asylum and is soon to be under threat of refoulement without our help. So, uh, let's start from the beginning. Mahdi, could you tell us a little bit about your life in Saudi Arabia and why you decided to leave?
Hello, my name is Mahdi, and I have left Saudi Arabia 1 year ago, or 14 months ago, last year in May, because of a threat that came from a colleague at work that found out that I'm an atheist. He threatened to report me to the police at the time, so I had to leave as soon as possible. And to start with how I became an atheist is because I studied Islam since I was 8 years old. I went through a lot to study something that I did not want to. Like, I used to be
Yeah.
a Muslim, but I did not want to study Islam. Um, I was forced by my family since they were very religious. They studied Islam for a very long time, so they wanted me to follow their steps. And I studied Islam to a point that I started to not doubt, but have questions. And my questions weren't answered until I went to Japan, and all my questions were answered with logic, which is the thing that I wanted to hear, not prove Islam from Islam. I want you to prove Islam by logic. And they could not do that in Saudi Arabia. And Islam was proven wrong by some friends that I met in Japan. And since then, I have left Islam. I became an atheist. And when I came back to Saudi Arabia, thinking that the freedom that I experienced in Japan would last in Saudi Arabia, it did not. And I was faced with a colleague who threatened and blackmailed me for leaving Islam, for being an atheist. And when he started to demand some favors from me in exchange for not reporting me to the police, then I decided to leave to Korea.
Wow. So you became an atheist in Japan, and after that you returned to Saudi Arabia, and well, that happened. When did you leave to Korea, and why Korea specifically?
Okay, so first of all, I did not choose Korea because I wanted to come to Korea. At the time, the only country that I knew about that did not need a visa for Saudi citizens was South Korea. When I came to Korea and started to research here, I found out that there are other countries that I could have went to, but it was too late at the time. I just wanted to leave Saudi Arabia, then come to Korea, maybe try to prepare for a visa to go to the US,
Yeah,
Canada, or any other country.
yeah. I mean, it's easy for us and like from a position to of privilege to kind of ask why Korea specifically, and why did you leave then? The truth is that sometimes
Mhm.
when you're being persecuted, you just need to leave right now, and it doesn't matter to where, really, right?
Yes.
Doesn't matter what the destination is, and you know,
Hmm.
I do understand that. You know, I've known a number of people who've had to leave on such short notice, and you know, there have been moments in my life where I've had to consider that. I've had to consider, okay, do I need to go to the airport and leave right now? Is the danger so immediate? Can I, uh, yeah, can I wait for like to go through the process so that I can uh move in a, I guess, in a more dignified way? But
Hmm.
yeah, for other people for other people the situation is so bad that they
Yes.
just need to go anywhere right now, and it doesn't matter where, as long as it's not Saudi Arabia,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
um so yeah, so you went to Korea. Yeah, when was that again exactly?
It was last year
uh,
in 2019, May
okay,
2nd.
okay. So did you apply for asylum then?
No, I actually, while I'm staying here, I tried to acquire the American, the U.S. visa, and it did not go well. I tried to get the Canadian visa, it did not go well too, because of lack of documents. And I tried to go to New Zealand, but I did not have any reservations or any uh, proofs that I will go there as a tourist. That's why I was denied in the airport. Like I couldn't board the airplane. That's why, because I had no time at the time, my visa was going to expire within 3 days of my last attempt to leave Korea to another country. So I had to apply for asylum then in South Korea.
Okay, yeah. So what did you get from that? What was how did they respond to it? Could you tell us
Well,
about your asylum process in Korea?
First of all, the officers did not treat us like refugees. They were treating us like liars the whole time. Um, I even tried to present some supporting documents, not evidence, but supporting documents that might support my case as previous cases in Saudi Arabia, as the law itself that incriminates atheists in Saudi Arabia. But I was told from the or by the officer that took my documents at the time that they understand the whole situation. But unexpectedly, after the interview, which took place only after 1 week of me applying for the refugee status, it took only like 1 week to have the interview done, and then only 2 weeks to be rejected, which is not normal at all. It usually takes 6 months to 3 years until they schedule an interview and then gives you the results. So the process was not comfortable at all. It was not nice. It was pressure, like it was a pure pressure, which is what it's supposed to be, but it was more than I expected.
Yeah, yeah, and you've already gone through one appeal and lost, right?
Yes, I applied for the appeal in the same day that my application was denied at the time, and I did not get contacted by the immigration office until the beginning of July. This month, 3 weeks ago, I was contacted by the immigration office that my appeal was denied to. So I only have 90 days to apply for the second appeal, but my visa expires at the end of July, which is after 9 days from now. So I have to apply within these 9 days.
What do you need to apply within the next 9 days so that you don't get deported to Saudi Arabia?
Okay, so the second appeal is basically a lawsuit against the Ministry of Justice. And to file a lawsuit, I'm gonna need a lawyer that can help me with the process.
Yeah,
And the Korean government did not offer to help with a lawyer, knowing that I cannot afford one. The community lawyers are not supposed to help in immigration cases right now. So the only way is by contacting foundations that offer the help of
community lawyers.
yeah, there
Uh,
are community lawyers that are supposed to help immigrants, whether they are tourists or students or just businessmen who need some that like that kind of help. But for um, refugees, it's almost by foundations or like NGOs here in Korea. And I have applied for most of them, and most of them have rejected my request for help because of their full schedule. They cannot take another case.
yeah, so all of the organizations that you've contacted are fully booked, and the
Mhm.
only other option you have left, if you are going to file a second appeal, is to hire a lawyer yourself, right? Which, like,
Yes.
you can't work, obviously. You can't really afford that.
Yeah.
What do you fear would happen if you were to be returned to Saudi Arabia?
Well, first of all, once I go back to Saudi Arabia, Of course, I will be investigated. I don't know if that's gonna happen as soon as I land in Saudi Arabia, or is it gonna happen afterwards, but I will be investigated by the police in Saudi Arabia, and I will be facing one of several punishments, maybe imprisonment, like some of the previous cases in Saudi Arabia. Um, if I, of course, if I would go to prison, I would receive some punishments that are in the laws of Saudi Arabia to punish atheists, um, which is considered one act of terrorism in Saudi Arabia. So either it's going to be lashes or um, whipped or any other punishment, or
Yeah.
being executed.
That is terrifying, and we do need to make sure that doesn't happen. To hire a lawyer for Mahdi, that is going to cost $3,000, and unfortunately, without that, there isn't really any other foreseeable option for him to remain safe. And so I've linked his fundraiser in the description, and so please donate anything that you can to make sure that Mahdi doesn't become just another victim of the barbaric apostasy laws in Saudi Arabia. Any amount helps. Thanks for joining me here today, Mahdi.
No
I really
problem.
hope this works out, and yeah, I just don't even want to imagine you being sent to Saudi Arabia or having to endure something so awful.
Yeah.
I would do anything I can, and I hope that other people would do the same. Just yeah, to make sure you remain safe. Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
being
Thank
here.
you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, all the best. Thanks for watching, and please consider donating any amount that you can, because this really can be what saves this man's life. Other than that, share this video everywhere and make sure that the world does not forget Mahdi. Until next time.